Okay, so what's going on, guys? It's GPH Streams here once again, back with another episode of this 7 Nights Idol Adventure. Okay, so we have here new contents and also the content adjustments and new heroes. So let's check this out, guys. Okay, so first we got here Cyrus Indorma. So this Cyrus Indorma is a legendary hero, and if you'll check, she is a she. Okay, the affiliation that would be the Swords Master Son, and the battle side that would be range side. And it says here the attack style that would be attacks closest at targets first. And the range on this basic attack, that is a 60. And it says here it deals a damage equal to 600% of attack to the target. And the crit hit attack, the range is still 60. And it deals crit hit damage equal to 600% of attack to the target. And it grants a Blood of the Hidden Palace buff to the caster for 2 seconds upon successful attack. And also it grants Ascent of the Hidden Palace buff to all allies for 2 seconds, and also inflicts a corrosion debuff on the hit target for 2 seconds. So Jinron Candle, the Awakened One, needs this corrosion debuff, guys, in order to maximize its capabilities, especially on the damage. Next, we have here the description of the Blood of the Hidden Palace. So it increases weakness attack rate by 24%, and when attacking target with Frostbite, it increases the final damage by 30%. So we need here heroes that possesses some Frostbite debuff. And next, the Ascent of the Hidden Palace. And this is for all allies. It increases the attack speed by 24%. And then, finally, we get here Corrosion. So corrosion deals a damage equal to 20% of attack every 1 second. So for 2 seconds, that would be 40% of attack, guys. Next, we have here the active skill called Avalanche, and the range that would be 120. The cooldown is 10 seconds. It says here it grants a challenge dual buff to allies for 10 seconds, and also it deals damage equal to 1,500% of attack in a 3-meter area around the target. Okay, so this is an AoE, but apparently we get here only like 1,500% of attack. And it grants a caster the Ice Crystal buff for 10 seconds upon successful attack. And also it can inflict a Frostbite debuff on the hit target for 10 seconds. So this challenge duel, the buff to all allies, it increases the critical hit rate by 24%. Okay, so this is freaking nice, guys. This is freaking nice, okay? And we have here Ice Crystal. Damage nullification 5 times. It also increases the bonus damage rate by 24%, and also increases the vital strike chance by 24%. So this vital strike chance, actually vital strike ignores the evasion of the enemy. So we have only like 24% chance, guys, to ignore the evasion. Okay, so next we got your Frostbite. So we need this one because it says here when attacking target with Frostbite, it increases the final damage by 30%. So this Frostbite, it decreases attack speed by 10%, moves speed by 10%, and deals damage equal to 10% of attack every 1 second. So in my own opinion, this unit is freaking nice, guys. This is an essential unit, especially for beginners. We have here the increase in critical hit rate by 24% to all allies. We need critical hit rate for our critical hit attack. So that is only my opinion, guys, but it is up to you how you analyze this unit. So let's proceed to the Awakened One. So that would be the Heir of the Hidden Palace, Cyrus. So the grade that would be Legendary Plus, and then we got here the Swords Master Son affiliation, the battle side of the range, and the attack style, it attacks closest targets first. So the range of the basic attack that is still 60, and it says here it deals damage equal to 600% of attack to the target, and this is still the same with the non-awakened one. And the crit hit attack, the range is still 60, but if you will check here the damage, guys, that is 850%. So it increased like 250% more at the awakened one, and it grants Blood of the Hidden Palace buff to the caster for 2 seconds upon successful attack, and also grants an Ascent of the Hidden Palace buff to allies, and also inflicts corrosion debuff on the hit target for 2 seconds. So the Blood of the Hidden Palace, we have here an increase in weakness attack rate by 24%, and that is still the same, guys. We have here increase in final damage by 30% if the target is affected by Frostbite. So the Ascent of the Hidden Palace, we have here increase in attack speed by 24%, and corrosion still the same, guys, but we have here an increase in crit hit damage by 250%, from 600% to 850% of attack to the target. Next, let's check here the active skill called Avalanche. So the range is still 120 and the cooldown that would be 10 seconds. So it grants a biting cold buff to allies for 10 seconds, and also it deals 1,500% of attack in a 5-meter area around the target. So from 3 meters, it became 5 meters, guys. And it grants the caster the ice crystal buff for 10 seconds upon successful attack. And also it inflicts a frostbite debuff on the hit target for 10 seconds. So this biting cold, it increases critical hit rate by 36%. That is freaking nice. So I will get this unit, guys. I will get this unit. And although I know Teo or Awakened Teo is an essential unit too if you need some damage, but later on, if for those players who play this game for quite some time, I know you have already Teo, guys, max Teo. So you can save resources in order to awaken that Teo. But let's check Teo's skills later on. So this is an essential. Critical hit rate by 36%. Next, Ice Crystal. It says here, damage nullification 5 times. We will also increase in bonus damage rate by 24% and vital strike chance by 24%. So this is still the same. And the Frostbite, it increases attack speed by 10%, movement speed by 10%, and it deals damage equal to 10% of attack every 1 second. So that is still the same. But I really love this 36%, guys. This 36%, and we have here an increase in area around the target. Although it only gives a few stats, but the best thing here is this biting cold. That's 36%, guys. So it adds like 12% more. Okay, so next we have here Awakened Teo, Blade Master of Distraction Teo. So the legendary plus affiliation for Lords of Old. And the affiliation that would be a melee type. It attacks closest targets first. That would be the attack style. And the basic attack, the range is only like 35. And it says here it deals damage equal to 375% of attack to the target. And the critical attack, the range is still a 35. And it says here it deals critical damage equal to 560% of attack in a 3-meter semicircle area in front of the caster. So we have here some AoE critical hit attack. And it increases the caster's skill cooldown by 8 seconds. This is freaking insane. We have here 8 seconds skill cooldown decrease, guys. And also grants Night Crow buff to allies for 8 seconds upon successful attack. And in addition, it inflicts an revivable debuff on the hit target for 10 seconds. I really love this one. So the Night Crow, it increases the final weakness attack damage by 36% and also the attack speed by 24%. And this is a buff to all allies. We have here 36%. And unrevivable cannot be revived while the debuff is active. So what's the best thing about this critical attack is this skill cooldown by 8 seconds, and also we got here the attack speed that is 24%, and of course we have here also weakness attack damage by 36%. Okay, so let's check now the active skill called Shadow Obliterating Slash. The range is only 80, guys, and the cooldown that is 10 seconds. So it says here it deals damage equal to 1,100% of attack in an 8-meter semicircle area in front of the caster. Okay, so this is it. If you have noticed, we have here deals damage equal to 1,100% of attack. If you will check other heroes on its active skill, it grants buff. Okay, we have here buff before damage, and on Teo or Awakened Teo, it says here it deals damage first before casting a buff or debuff. So it increases critical hit rate by, my god, that's 200%, guys. And what I love the most is this ignores the defense of the hit target upon successful attack. So it grants Moon Severing Slash buff to the caster for 3 seconds whenever Shadow Obliterating Slash is active or activates 5 times. However, any skill activations during the duration of the Moon Shivering Slash buff will not count as an instance of the skill being used. Okay. So it does not stack, guys. Next, we have here, it grants casters Waxing Moon buff while in the battle. Okay, so this is a passive buff, guys, because it says here while in battle. If ever Teo dies, this Waxing Moon will be removed. So Teo obtains Immortal buff. Wow, that's 15 seconds, limited only for 1 time when fallen. So let's review here the skills description of a Moon Severing Slash. So it decreases skill cooldown by, oh my god, that's 100%. So that means Teo can activate this skill multiple times in a row until he dies. My god. This hero is very devastating, guys. Next, we have your nullification of damage taken 5 times. And next, it increases final damage by 50% when attacking targets with crowd control immunity. This is an anti-crowd control immunity enemies. Okay, so enemies that have a crowd control immunity, Teo can deal 50% more damage, guys. And this effect cannot be removed by any buff removal. Next, we have here the Waxing Moon. It increases final attack by 30%, critical hit rate by 24%. Oh my god. So this Waxing Moon, that is a buff to the caster. This is a buff for Teo. And the final crit hit damage by 24%, final bonus damage by 24%, increases 1.5 times when remaining HP reaches 80%, 60% multiplicatively. Jeez. This is freaking insane, guys. And we get your immortality that is 15 seconds. Wow. Teo is insane as a damage dealer. So if you have some limited resources on your awakening, better not to awaken this one. That would be the Swordsmaster's Son. And put all your resources on this 4 Lords of Old. On this Teo, guys. My god. If you're a beginner, better go for this Teo. Awaken Teo, guys. Awaken Teo, my god. Okay, next, so we have here guide quests that will be expanded to 15,052 and also new stages. It will be added from 47,201 to 48,000. And also a new effect will be introduced. That will be the corrosion effect, guys. And also stat boost. Okay, corrosion. Okay, damage over time. Stat boost increases violent strike as chance. Okay, influence tier expansion that is expanded to 161, and also the infinite tower to 3,500 floor. The Swordsmaster Collaboration Son dungeon, there will be a Swordsmaster Son's Kozek will be added. Okay, that will be the collab dungeon. Various items also on the event shop will be added. The next, the 4 boss monsters expedition plan will be changed, and also some changes, minor changes on the game, guys. So, in my own opinion, even though this new unit called, okay, that would be Cyrus Indoma is needed on Jinrun Candle, but apparently, even though she is not awakened, we have still the corrosion debuff here. So we need only the corrosion debuff here. This is only my suggestion for free-to-play and also for low spenders, guys. But if you're a mid-spender or high-spender, you can awaken this unit. And I would suggest for low spenders and free-to-play, awaken this Teo, guys. Teo is freaking insane. Okay? So guys, that's it. Thank you for watching and see you again on my next videos. Bye-bye.